It is important that the basic COVID-19 protocols are observed before harvesting begins. The farm manager needs to ensure that all harvesters are dressed up, wearing their nose mask and protective clothing appropriately. To prevent contamination of fruits, a hand washing station must be provided on the farm, and harvesters must wash their hands thoroughly following the WHO and the Ghana Health Service directives on hand washing. The hands must be properly dried with a clean and used tissue to avoid cross-contamination of the hands. Remember to use a certified hand sanitizer containing 70% volume alcohol to sanitize your hands as well. The farm manager must check the temperature of all harvesters to ensure no one has fever or high temperatures, which may be symptoms of COVID-19. If any harvester records high temperatures, he or she must not be allowed to proceed with the harvesting exercise. Temperatures of the harvesters must not exceed body temperatures, which is 37 degrees Celsius. Once all the COVID-19 protocols have been observed, harvesting can begin. Check the maturity of all fruits before harvesting. This can be done in different ways. One way of checking for maturity is by observing physical appearance of the fruit. The color of the fruit must be deep yellow. When you cut through the fruit, there shouldn't be any sap flowing out of the mango. Sap refers to the whitish milky fluid that flows from the cut flesh of the mango fruits. Anytime sap flows from the fruit, it is a clear indicator that the fruit is not matured nor due for harvesting. Fruit meant for harvest must have at least 40 to 50% yellow color. The second option in checking for maturity is to observe the fruit stalk. When the fruit is matured, the fruit stalk swells in size compared with non-matured fruit stalks. If you harvest and see yellowish sap flowing from the stalk, then the fruit is not ready for harvesting at all. But a whitish sap indicates full maturity and fruits are ready for harvesting. A device called the refractometer can be used to check the quality and maturity level of the mangoes, especially those meant for export. It is highly accurate to measure the bricks level or readiness of your mangoes before harvesting.
So you just put a little bit of the juice here, you put it on, and immediately it will tell you what is happening. And this one alone tells you the bricks level. And it's very, very good when you are doing for export, because the exporters will need some amount of bricks level.
Fruits to be exported by air freight must have a bricks level of 7 to 7.5, and sea freight mangoes must also be harvested when the bricks level is 6 to 6.5. The advantage of using the refractometer is to prevent excessive cutting of fruits to determine their maturity, and it also gives accurate maturity level if the refractometer is used appropriately. To start harvesting, place your harvesting crate above the soil on a clean material or another crate to prevent the main crate from touching the soil. This ensures the crate stays clean and devoid of contamination. Remember to place a clean sheet of paper or cotton card into the crate to keep the fruit from touching the crate's surface. This further ensures that the fruit stays clean and prevents mechanical injuries. To harvest the mango, hold the stalk and turn the mango to ensure the fruit is matured and ready for harvesting based on all the earlier descriptions. If the fruit is matured and ready for harvesting, use the secateurs to cut the stalk at the upper part of the pinnacle.
So this is where they harvest, and it's harvested like this from the farm and put in a crate and goes to the pack house. Now when they get to the pack house, before they start the washing, then they'll cut it. So cut it at the pack house. So the moment they cut it, then they pen it. But this one you could see that it's cut, but there's no liquid coming. Mm-hmm. So you could see that the characteristics that we said that you should look for, the characteristics that you should look for a matured food, it has gotten all the characteristics. So that is why we are not getting any liquid coming out. So it looks like this one is what is matured.
Hold the mango with the stalk upright and lower the mango fruit gently into the harvesting crates. Cut the stalk shorter when the mango is in the crate and discard the excess stalk. If you are packing the fruits on the farm, the stalk should be cut very close to the mango and placed on a mat to desap the mango fruit.
So if you are doing on-farm cutting, the moment you cut it here, this is acceptable place to cut.
Desapping is the process of placing the mango upside down to allow the excess sap remaining in the fruit to drain. When fruits are not desapped properly, the sap that flows leave an unclean trace of sap on the fruit, which reduces the aesthetic value of the fruits. If the fruits are very high from the ground, use a locally made pole harvester to pluck the mangoes from the stalks above. Place the fruits gently into the crates or cut to the acceptable node for on-farm desapping. One person should harvest and another should pick the fruits from the net immediately so the sap does not stain the fruits. Always remember to maintain social distancing while harvesting. At the pack house, the fruits arrive well arranged in crates and ready for further desapping. Desapping at the pack house is done on a metal wire tray placed above 90 to 120 centimeters above the ground to prevent contamination. Alternatively, place the metal mesh on 2 crates. The stalks are further shortened and the mango placed upside down to allow the sap drain off the mango. Ensure you cut the stalks at the proper position so the fruit do not get injuries and contaminated. Desapping takes between 15 to 20 minutes. Repack the fruits properly into the crates ready for washing. Wash fruits in clean water mixed with recommended cleaning agents and rinse fruits in clean water thereafter. Wipe the fruits clean with a sanitized clean cloth and place gently into a clean pack house crate. Do not use the same harvesting crate used on the farm for packaging. The crate must be lined with clean sheets of paper to prevent the clean fruits from coming into direct contact with the crates. Place rejected fruits into different crates to separate from the exportable fruits. When all fruits are clean, move crates filled with fruits to the pack house to be packed into export boxes. Fold and prepare new boxes under clean environment and pack fruits into them gently. The packed boxes must be weighed for consistent weights. Average weight of boxes should be approximately 4 kg. The fruit count per box can be 6 to 8 depending on the importer's request. Boxes are then palletized, pre-cooled, and ready for export. Remember to keep fruits under highly hygienic conditions so your fruits are not rejected on the export market. Always remember to observe social distancing while working in the pack house.